Trump escalate dark rhetoric. Donald Trump on Saturday deployed some of his harshest rhetoric against immigrants who have crossed the border illegally and committed crimes, especially against young women, while he also escalated his personal insult against Kamala Harris. In the battleground state of Wisconsin, Trump called the Democratic Vice President Harris, who on Friday visited the U.S.-Mexico border for the first time in a 2024 presidential campaign, mentally impaired and mentally disabled. The Republican presidential candidate was flanked by posters of immigrants in the U.S. illegally who have been arrested for murder and other violent crimes, and banners saying, "End migrant crime and deport illegals now." His speech was unusually devoted almost entirely to undocumented immigrants. He called those who had committed violent crime monsters, stone-cold killers, and wild animals. Trump is locked in a close race with Harris ahead of the November 5th election. Immigration and the southern border are one of the top issues for voters, according to opinion polls. The former president blamed Harris and the Democratic President Joe Biden for allowing undocumented immigrants into the U.S., accusing some migrants of wanting to rape, pillage, thieve, plunder, and kill the people of the United States of America. At one point, Trump admitted this is a dark speech. Trump's speech was in the small Wisconsin city of Prairie du Chien, where a Venezuelan in the U.S. illegally was detained in September for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman and attacking her daughter. Some 7 million migrants have been arrested crossing the U.S.-Mexico border illegally during Biden's administration, according to government data, a record high number that has fueled criticism of Harris and Biden from Trump and fellow Republicans. In a visit to the border on Friday, Harris outlined her plans to fix our broken immigration system, while accusing Trump of fanning the flames of fear and division over the impact of immigrants on American life. Harris also called for tighter asylum restriction and vowed to make a top priority of stopping fentanyl from entering the U.S. Trump also repeated his false claim that his 2020 election defeat to Biden was fraudulent. If re-elected and if allowed, Trump said he would prosecute people he blames for his loss then. Studies generally find there is no evidence immigrants commit crimes at a higher rate than native-born Americans, and critics say Trump's rhetoric reinforced the racist tropes. Trump typically focused on young women allegedly killed by Hispanic assailant to drive home that message, eschewing cases that involve male victims. Trump's opponents accuse him of cynically exploiting grieving families to fuel his narrative that foreign-born, often Hispanic, arrivals are part of an invading army. But some of the families of the victims have welcomed Trump's focus on the issue of violent crime and the death toll caused by the opioid drug fentanyl, much of which crossed into the U.S. over the southern border.